In this video, we're going to look at finding an equation given a point and slope. So we're focusing on linear equations. So I'm going to make that here. So we're talking linear. So we're starting with y equals mx plus b. So we know because it's linear, we're focused on that general form. Our steps to do so, we're going to start with y equals mx plus b. Step 2 is we're going to replace both the slope and then we're going to replace the x and y with the given point. We'll solve for the remaining variable b and then write our final equation. So we look at example 1. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. That goes through this given point, 312, with a slope of 5. So m equals 5 through the point 312. I'm just going to label this x and this y. And I'm going to start with my equation. Y equals mx plus b. From here, I'm going to substitute the values I know. I know m is 5, so I replace m. I know x is 3. I know b doesn't exist yet. I'm looking for it. I know y is 12. So 5, 12 are just going values over b. So this becomes 15. So 12 equals 15 plus b. Subtract 15 on both sides, and b is equal to negative 3. Now I have m and b. I can go ahead and write my final equation. So the answer to the question is y equals 5x minus 3. When I write my final equation, I should only have values for my parameters m and b. X and y are going to remain x and y. And then I'm going to check my equation. So I'm going to plug 3 in. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 3 is my output of 12. So I know that this equation works. Let's do another example. Write an equation that goes through negative 6, 2 with a slope of 1/2. So again, I know m is 1/2, and I'm through the point negative 6, 2. X and y. Starting with my general form, y equals mx plus b. I substitute in m. I substitute in x. I leave b alone, and I substitute in y. Then I solve for b because I have one variable left. 2 equals negative 3 plus b. b equals 5. Using my m and my b, I'm going to write my equation. Y equals 1/2 x plus 5. And to check, I'm going to substitute in negative 6. Negative 6, negative 10 is negative 3, and negative 3 plus 5 is 2. Now I'm going to look at another situation. In this situation, I'm going to find an equation given 2 points. So now I'm going to be given, I want it to go through 2 specific points. Step 2 through 6 is going to remain the same from what we did in the previous problems. The new step is that because I don't have the slope and I just have the points, I'm going to use the slope formula to determine that slope that I'm going to use. So let's go ahead and look at example 1. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that goes through the 2 given points. I'm going to start here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I know I need m and I need b. I don't have m, so I'm going to find it myself. I'm going to do the change in y divided by the change in x. That's going to leave me with 20 over 5, which is 4. This is the m value. So now I can treat this like I did before. I have m, I have 2 points. I'm going to choose one of these points to use. It's not going to matter which point that is. I tend to choose the smaller numbers or the positive numbers if I can. So what I've just created is a problem before where I know m and I know a point. Start with my equation, mx plus b. substitute in what I know. M is 4, X is 3, Y is 12. And that piece that I don't know is B. 12 equals 12 plus B, B equals 0. My equation then is y equals m4 times plus 0. And to check, 3 times 4 equals 12, so I move on. Example 2, write an equation that goes through the points 3, 140, and negative 10, 260. My first step is I have to determine my slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That gives me 120 over negative 40 for a slope of negative 3. I then choose a point. I'm going to choose the positive points, or positive coordinates in the point. Y equals mx plus b is my starting point. Negative 3 for m, 30 for x, 140 for y. 140 equals negative 90 plus b. B equals 230. Equation y equals negative 3x plus 230. I'm going to check a point. Now I'm going to check the other point. It's a good habit to have. Negative 3 times negative 10 is 30. 30 plus 230 is 260. So I box and check. And that's how we can write linear equations based on specific information such as 2 points or a point and a slope.